News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, volunteers gather to get supplies to area students, and a one-of-a-kind competition is being held for senior men. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
A Mountain Falls Clubhouse was ground zero for school supplies. It's Wednesday, July 31st. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, employees with William Lyons Homes got together this morning to donate to our local middle school supplies. News 25 was invited to the special event.
This is the first year our company, William Lyon Homes, is a philanthropic arm of their community service. It's called Lyon Cares. And so for the month of July, the entire company service of William Lyon Homes, which is California, Washington, Nevada, Oregon, Colorado, Texas, and Arizona, we're all doing volunteer projects. And this is our final one to represent our Pahrump schools that we have out here. We're doing it for Rosemary Clark Middle School. Right now we have filler paper, composition notebooks, pens, pencils, oh my God, color pens, hand sanitizer, water bottle, and then the backpack that we got for the kids. I mean, we wish we could do for everybody, but you can only do for so many. But it's amazing. And we had boxes out for the last month for all the donations. We raised over $3,000 that we were able to purchase supplies in addition to the supplies that were purchased. And then our company, in turn, will match that. So they'll be giving Rosemary Clark another $3,000. We're doing 312 backpacks.
All the volunteers in the room, can you tell me about them?
They've worked for William Lyon Homes for anywhere from 2 to 20 years. There's a handful that are local. The rest of them came from Las Vegas to come out and do this. I had to turn people away because you can only have so many people help or you're standing all over each other. And so we had a huge turnout. Everybody wanted to come out and be a part of this.
So what's going to be like to deliver these items?
I'm excited. That's my favorite part. I wish I could be there when the kids get them, but you know, you can't do that. But we're taking them to Rosemary Clark today and giving them to the school. And they've been so wonderful to deal with, and they're very excited about it also. This is it for now. We've got some other things coming up. We've got something in December that is called Wreaths Across America. That if the Pahrump Veterans Cemetery gets into this organization, Wreaths Across America, then we'll come out and lay wreaths on the graves of the veterans out here at the Pahrump Cemetery. I mean, that's exciting.
Well, 3 defendants arrested in connection with child abuse and neglect at a school in Amargosa are due in court next month.
In this week's court report, still no formal charges filed in Beatty Justice Court against a former teacher and the owners of the now closed Northwest Academy boarding school in Amargosa. Caleb Hill was arrested following accusations of child abuse that, according to his arrest report, left one student with bruising and another with a bloody nose. Less than a month later, in another unrelated incident, also involving then-students at Northwest Academy, Marcel Chapuis and his wife, Patricia Chapuis, who owned the shuttered school, were arrested in Las Vegas connected to charges of allowing child abuse or neglect. Those allegations stem from an investigation into the school's tap water, which officials say contained high levels of arsenic, which is poisonous and could cause cancer. Investigators determined that the Northwest Academy's water had been contaminated for more than 2 years. According to a State Division of Environmental Protection spokeswoman, Northwest Academy stopped treating its water in October 2016, had been working with the agency since January 2017 to treat its water, but the school missed its deadline after it was given a formal notice in February 2018 that it would need to treat the water by December 31st. Additionally, Patricia Chapuis potentially faces 2 other felony counts of child abuse or neglect in connection to allegedly having previous physical altercations with students. Notably, during biannual health inspections at Northwest Academy back in 2017, a health inspector also observed that the school was not meeting daily nutritional needs for each of its students because fruits and vegetables were not being provided during lunch. According to the findings report, part of which was reported in the Pahrump Valley Times, that same inspection also led to the school implementing a daily shift change report after the investigation conducted a review of the school's records and found that Marcel Chapuis failed to maintain counseling or therapy case notes for students with self-harming behaviors. According to a Beatty Justice Court clerk, as of Tuesday, July 30th, neither Hill or the Chapuis couple have formal charges listed against them in Beatty Court, which has jurisdiction of those cases. However, each defendant has an August 19th court date scheduled in Beatty Court, but the court clerk says proceedings will only ensue if formal charges are filed against those 3 defendants by then. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
Thanks, Unette. Well, Apple is reporting improved growth. That story in today's financial news.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, revenue is growing again at Apple. The tech giant reported earnings that exceeded expectations. CEO Tim Cook tells reporters the third quarter revenue at $53.8 billion is a record. It follows 2 down quarters. The company's guidance also beat Wall Street views. There was even progress of sales in China. iPhone numbers missed estimates. Still, investors are seeing signs of stabilization at Apple. The stock is up more than 32% this year. Production at a General Motors plant in Warren, Michigan will grind to a halt tomorrow. The transmission factory has been operated by GM since 1958 to build transmissions for the Cadillac XTS and Chevy Impala. Similar to Ford, GM is planning a number of cuts as it transitions to cranking out more SUVs and trucks.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, much more news right after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by ABB Roofing, proudly serving Pahrump since 1994. At ABB Roofing, we've got you covered.
Welcome back. Well, luckily, no serious injuries were reported today at the dump site off Mesquite Avenue. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and the Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a location in Pahrump Valley Disposal off of Mesquite Avenue this morning for a report of a vehicle versus tractor accident. The individual inside the pickup truck reported facial injuries as a result of the collision, however, declined to be transported to local medical facilities. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue crews checked out the occupants on scene. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating the cause of the crash. Well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office is planning some public outreach to bring awareness to traffic safety in order to save lives. The Nye County Sheriff's Office reports that they have received $13,500 in a grant from the Nevada Department of Public Safety. They say this will help the Nye County Sheriff's Office conduct public outreach by way of media for driver safety concerns, including driving under the influence, seatbelt concerns, speeding, aggressive driving, distracted driving, including cell phone use, drowsy driving, motorcycle awareness, bicycle awareness, pedestrians, elderly drivers, and driver safety. They hope to bring awareness to traffic safety laws to reduce traffic incidences and save lives. The Nye County Sheriff's Office adds education versus enforcement. Know the law before you act. Well, this sounds interesting. A new competition has been announced open to senior men. BJ Hedrick Irwin tells us about the Mr. Hunk from Pahrump.
I had a dream, and I had a couple of guys that got kind of jealous. I never do anything with the men. So I'm putting them out there now. We're doing a Mr. Hunk from Pahrump on September the 14th at Jack Saunders outside. It's going to be a hoot, and if any man would like to be in it, please come, because we're just planning a lot of things with you guys. And it's going to be more fun than you can think about. It's only $10 to join, and with that you're going to have pizza and salad. We're trying to keep it at 60 on up, and whether I'll keep it, I'll see how many guys. Right now I got 5 poor guys tucked into it, and if you ever want to have a night of comedy, come.
And lots of fun. Jack Sanders right there on Kellogg Road.
Yeah, it's going to be outside, and they're going to have interviews. They're going to have a bathing suit contest. And it's going to be a hoot.
It's going to be great. Yeah. For more information,
727-7011.
Can't wait to see that. Well, News 25 will return right after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, you may have already heard, but Goldfield Days are happening this weekend. We caught up with Carl Brownfield from the town's radio station to find out more.
We will be broadcasting the parade live, also streaming it on kgfn.org. And we have celebratory parade announcers that have been with us for a very long time, who are chief people in town of the town of Goldfield. So we have that going on, and it's going to be wonderful. We have a auction, land auction. In fact, that's how I got to Goldfield in the first place. I went there exploring a land auction, and wound up buying some property, fell in love with the old town, and built my retirement home there, and eventually built the radio station. But the land auction this year is going to have a number of mining claims, which people might be real interested in, and some really nice properties if someone was interested in buying land that has city water sewer available to it, and of course power. Great retirement area, great place to live. We love it. It's high, 5,700 feet, so we don't get the heat that you get down here in the Pahrump Valley or the Las Vegas Valley. So it's wonderful.
So the land auction is on Saturday, August 3rd at 1 p.m.
Correct. That's correct. And it's always a fun event. Also, we have at Radio Goldfield, we have an opera house that we named that, built, and it seats 65 people. And we have 2 really well-known acts that are going to be playing at 11:30. John Malcolm Penn, who is a very, very famous songwriter and singer and composer, and he will be playing at 11:30 till probably about 1:45. And then at 2 o'clock we have the TTT Band out of Southern California, which is classic country. And they'll be playing in the Opera House at 2 o'clock till probably 3:30. So we have, and all for $10. You cannot go wrong. You can see both shows for a $10 donation. You can't, and the money all goes to the artists. So that's a very good deal. They can call our Chamber of Commerce, and that is 775-485-3560. And if you call that number, you can get in a parade. I call it the P-Raid, and we have a great parade every year. It is fun. The whole Goldfield event is put on by the town folks of Goldfield, and it's very colloquial. It's very old Nevada. So it's fun. So brothel bed races.
Brothel bed races.
That's what they called it in Virginia City. You have a soil dove that rides the bed, and then you have the Johns that push the bed, and it's like a drag race down the main street of town. And it's not real far, but it's real fast. That will be August 2, 3, and 4 this year. And Friday, the vendors will all be open. Saturday morning, we kick it off at 6:30 in the morning with pancake breakfast put on by Montezuma Lodge number 30, the Masonic Lodge in town. And then it goes on. The parade is at 10 o'clock, and the festivities are all day long.
Wonderful. Come on by to Goldfield Days. To find out more, they can also go online, right, to Goldfield Days?
They sure can. And I believe that we have that too on www.goldfieldnevada.org.
The LDS Church invited the entire community to come to their Pioneer Days event, which was held this past Saturday at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. Tim Sutton gives us all the details.
So today is the Pioneer Day celebration. It's put on by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it's we did it a couple of years ago, and this is the second time that we've done it here in Pahrump. I think we gathered about 500 people, so people from all over. We got people from Vegas, and so I don't know if it was just the free food or what.
I think the most popular has got to be this water slide area over here.
Yeah, it was pretty warm, so I think we just wanted to make sure that the kids could keep cool, and I know a lot of the kids just kept their clothes on and just were splashing around, so it was a lot of fun. We do this every 2 years, and so we like to switch out between Vegas and here, so it'll probably be a couple of years before we do it here again. But who knows, maybe we'll change it because, like you said, there are quite a few people here, and it's been fun. So it's to commemorate the entering of the Pioneer Saints, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, when they settled the West. And so they came from the East Coast and escaped persecution and came to the West and made a long trek, and it was pretty heartrending. A lot of them died, and so then they settled into Utah, and so the day that they entered into the Salt Lake Valley was on July 24th, and I can't remember the year, but so it's to commemorate that. And so it's a big holiday in Utah, but we kind of inherited it here to be able to celebrate that. So
you guys talk a little bit about that during today's activities, or are you going to be discussing that at the services?
No, we typically do that at the services. I know they had pioneer storytelling, so I'm sure some of that was covered there, and so just really neat stories of sacrifices that were made. People lost limbs, lost family members, left their possessions behind, and so it's quite a harrowing journey that they went through to be able to settle the West. So we always want to remember that.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, there was some wind this morning. Let's take a look outside and see if we got some. Well, it seems to have died down, and the sky's looking really good. We'll find out more with your weather forecast right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Well, let's look at our highs for our surrounding areas. Las Vegas, 99, and its low tonight, 83. Death Valley, 117, with low tonight's 87. Amargosa, 103, 76. Beatty, 168. Goldfield, 91, 56. Tonopah, 91, 55. Carson City, 91, 54. They're just being mean to us up there. Fallon, 95, 58. And Fernley, 95, 59. Currently, it's 99 degrees here in Pahrump with sunny skies. Your high today was 100. Winds out of the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour with humidity at 17%. Sunrise, 5:49 this morning. Clear skies tonight with your low of 78, winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour, humidity 26%, sunset 7:50 tonight. Your 7-day forecast shows some clouds moving in over the weekend, with them just starting to dissipate over Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday coming back in. We've got tomorrow's high 102 with your low of 76, going up over the weekend all the way up to 105 on Saturday and Sunday with your overnight lows at 80, coming down just a tick on Monday, Tuesday 101.77, and Wednesday 99.74. We'll never be like Northern Nevada, but then again, we just love it here. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV, News 25, and Ace Country Radio 103.1 FM. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.